Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force.
They've outgrown their age of rebellion, dulled the Empire's edge, defeated Imperial generals and the Pirate Queen's dredge. They've been soldiers and scoundrels, what's there left to be? How about lost acolytes looking for their force and destiny? There's a seer, hermit, investigator, and teacher. Better watch your back or a vibe or ring's gonna reach you. Will this team find the light or will darkness win the day? Find out with the heroes of the Hydian Way.
Previously on Heroes of the Hydian Way, 4 travelers stepped onto the path set by Soldier Ward as he moved throughout the galaxy, leaving a trail of confusion and kyber crystals in his wake. On Cato Nemoidia they sought people who knew him, learning of the Jedi's actions in the war, learning why beings did or did not trust him. Unfortunately, a shadow of their own caught up with them in the form of Dallin Oberos, a bounty hunter chasing the same prize. Once again they clashed, determined to keep the crystals from his hands. But they are wearied by their journey. Can they stand against him? Find out this week as they lament that life is hard enough. Join them this week and hear Ghillary's lament.
Welcome to Heroes of the Hydian Way. This is a Star Wars actual play podcast, and we're playing in Fantasy Flight Games' Force and Destiny system. We're using the Chronicles of the Gatekeeper adventure as developed by Tim Cox and Max Brook. This is Act 2, Episode 20. And I'm Ben, the GM for this adventure.
I'm Koba, the Sentinel Investigator.
But what are you?
I believe he said he was the Sentinel Investigator.
A Sentinel Investigator.
I'm a Sentinel Investigator. That didn't sound anything like me, Kesh.
What am I supposed to be doing a
It sounded like
accent?
You were doing a Koba.
I'm not doing a Koba. This is just how I sound.
I don't think
it's very inconsistent, Koba.
You sound like a bad imitation of me.
Thanks for pointing it out.
Well, apparently everybody's in a bit of a mood. But I'm Ghillary.
I got shot.
I got shot. We can do things about that.
And I'm just like this.
I am very good about doing things about that. Even though I'm a sage and a teacher. No medicine. This is just innate gift. And perhaps several years of having children and running a circus. Literal circus.
Now it's just a figurative circus.
It's a weird day when I'm the one that's remembered the complete assignment. I'm Skip. I am a Kalaran. Koba's a Doug.
Oh.
You skipped over me, Skip.
Living up to your name, Skip.
I thought I was after Ghillary. Whoops, sorry.
Remember the full assignment, my...
Just
yes.
Foot.
Your what?
My foot.
Just think before you put that apple on the teacher's desk, maybe.
You like apples? You have a desk?
Well, I'm Kesh, the Trindoshan Mystic Seer. Just going in the proper order. And I'm not doing an imitation of Koba. Maybe Koba does an imitation of me.
Well, you are the older one.
Okay, now you can go, Skip.
I'm Skip, and I am duly chastised. Look, Cash had already said something, and, I barely pay attention when you all do that intro thing anyway, so I just, 1, 2, 3 people had talked. And...
It's my job to snark at Koba. It's what I do.
No, that's true. No, you're right.
Yeah, it's our rapport.
I don't know if I finished my thing. Claren, Seeker Hermit.
Wait,
Ghillary
you're a Seeker Hermit? I thought you were a Hermit Seeker. So confused.
Hillary's a...
What am
nice guy.
Oh, there we are, buddy.
Koba, I forgot what Ghillary is.
I'm also an Alina.
Alina, that's it. Yep, I knew that.
And see, this is why it's important to say what you are at the start of every intro, Ghillary.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghillary.
Jeez.
Setting up the precedent for not saying what I am. Clearly, it's me.
Nolan, I'm sorry you had to wait through all of that, but I appreciate your patience. It's a thing we do. We have fun with it.
To learn more about our heroes, we get one to ask another a question. It is now Koba's turn.
We've been here right before we die.
I asked Hillary last time, right? Did I? What did I ask last
You should
last
keep a
time,
log like I do.
time? No.
Brandon asked Ren a question.
No.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I actually don't think you've
No
asked Hillary a
recollection
question
of
in a while.
It was to Ren.
Okay, I'll ask Hillary a question.
Oh,
What question am I going to ask?
color me surprised. And also light blue.
Hey, Hillary.
Yes.
You ever think about how this whole mess we're caught up in, we might just be bound to this life for the rest of ours? We might just have to continue to be guardians of the galaxy. I wasn't even going to that phrase on purpose, but I've said it now, so oh well. I'm the raccoon.
I'm the tree!
You ever think about how we might just have to do this Jedi thing for the foreseeable future? Always on the run, always fighting against whatever dangers arise. Never to go back to whatever passed for our normal lives. You ever think about that? You think you could handle that? Life as a warrior monk from some hokey religion?
Well, first of all, I'm not a warrior, nor am I a monk. I believe that would probably be Skip. But if I said no, would you believe me?
Sure.
Then I'll say no. Yes, I haven't thought about it at all. About how this is a terminal path that will be unpleasant and violent and deeply uncomfortable and possibly not long. Haven't thought about it at all.
Well, then may I suggest that you pay it a little bit of mind.
Nope.
My life hasn't exactly been free of violence before this, but
Nope. No mind to pay. I am a singing telegram. Do, 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 do. Look, a distraction.
I think
And then the camera just sort of turns from Hillary and Koba there to Dallin with his helmet raised up at the ceiling a little bit and the two fingers on where his earpiece would be, like, just sort of waiting for a response.
So our destiny pool for this session begins at 3 light side points and 4 dark side points. Take it away, man.
The camera starts out looking at this skyscraper from the outside. On the 47th floor, the lights are on. At least you're seeing a bit of light in there. Most of the other lights in the building aren't really on. And you can see this jagged hole where a window used to be. Then a crack of thunder goes off, and the bolt of lightning again crosses in behind where that window would be. Off in the background, you can hear this faint drone of repulsors as the camera goes in, and the first being it sees is Kesh. Then there's Dallin, who has just punched Skip somewhat effectively, and you can see Hillary lying on their back after getting thrown off of Dallin, and there's Koba standing off, as they're all pretty much in the elevator lobby of this residential building on the 47th floor. You've got the old Nemoidian with his very sapped strength barely picking up this net gun, and everyone can hear over the comms for Dallin. Roger, Dallin. I am leading a group to your location now, and I'll be sending in most of the troops into the bottom to work their way up to make sure that there is no place for the crew of the Silvered Shell to go. I'll be taking a lat up to the roof, and we shall see if we can capture them this time, instead of running away. At this point, I'm wanting to get a fear check off of the four of you. And it is going to be a 1 red, 2 purple fear check.
Okay, 1 red, 2 purple.
Yep.
That is a discipline check.
Yes. It is a discipline check.
Question: how's everybody's
I
ranks in
felt that.
discipline?
I have 3 ranks and a 4 willpower, but I failed with
Ranks
2
in
advantages.
discipline.
How?
I mean,
I
there's
have
a
no
reason
ranks.
I'm asking. Because if I have
yeah,
one, if you
because-
don't,
Ooh.
I have no ranks, so...
I want to help somebody. Maybe.
You can help Kaba.
Now I'm no longer sad that I'm not Nostromo.
yeah, I have no ranks, so... I am accepting help.
Once per round as an out-of-turn incidental may suffer 2 strain to allow any ally to use character's ranks in discipline for the next check. The only problem with that is I am at 9 out of 13 strain.
I mean, you are welcome to choose not to do that.
I'm going to pass as much as I would love to help you.
I do still have the commit version of Ebflow on.
Oh my
so
gosh,
I am
yeah.
getting... Because it's still the same encounter. I mean, I guess, Ben, you could say it's not, but...
No, I'm going to go with it is.
So, to refresh listeners' memories, I guess, I have to include a force die in all of my skill checks, and each pip gives a success or an advantage, and I take conflict and strain for any dark side points. I don't get to choose whether or not to do that. It just happens.
Okay, well, I would like to go first, but that's...
Yes, what
Ooh,
are the consequences here?
Yeah. Well, should we say what we all got? Because I don't think any of us said
I
anything.
mean, probably.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I was just going to go in order. I failed with 2 advantages.
Skip did good. I got 3 success and 3 threat.
I ended up with 2 failures and a dark side pip, so I do take a strain and a conflict for that pip. I will choose to make it add an advantage, so I end up with 2 failures and 1 advantage.
I just failed. Just with the one fail. I failed.
I actively really like this because one of the reasons I have so much discipline is because Skip is reckless. And so I like the idea of you all being afraid and Skip's just like, whatever, I can take it.
Everyone who failed will be taking a setback to all actions between now and the end of the encounter.
Yep.
Okay, it's 2 setbacks to anything I do.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make this happen.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going
because
to
you're
remember
disoriented too, aren't you?
this
I am.
setback. Big letters. Set back.
Okay, so the 3 setback, I was kind of looking through the fear section of Yon book. The 3 threat, I think I can use that to make the rollers staggered for a round.
What?
Oh, well, I mean, that makes sense. I did just get punched.
Which would sap Skip's action.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
golly, all right.
Oh, is that what staggered means?
Yeah, it means you
Yeah.
don't have an action. You can still take a maneuver, or like maneuvers, but you have no action.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not nice, but legit.
So we do have 2 advantage and 1 advantage.
I'm going to use mine to recover some strain.
I was just going to ask to use mine for the fear effect advantage effect of adding a boost to the next fear check. So
Totally.
Koba's nervous, but might be able to get himself a little under control if we do have to make another fear check.
All right, that's
In the near
totally
future.
fair. That is absolutely fair. Then, mechanically, for the initiative for the 3rd round, we are now on to the 4-player actions. Then we will come back to Dallin. He was trying to punch his way through everything right now.
Ghillary, we've got to take that guy down.
I can't do anything, so even though I'm the guy that's right next to him, I am staggered. Skipper's got
You can maneuver.
punched.
Yeah.
Leslie, you mentioned last time Hillary was going to be a little bit angry.
Now he is also a little bit scared.
Okay.
Good, because fear leads to anger.
I was just going to say that!
Fear leads to anger.
Anger leads to
Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to Dallin suffering.
dramatic montages.
Yeah, suffering. Like, Yoda didn't specify who's suffering, so...
Yeah.
Awesome. That's what I want to think about.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first?
Dibs?
I will throw out here, I think I should go after Hillary at least, because Hillary is still invisible to Dallin until my next turn.
Then I definitely think Hillary's the person who should start this off.
I would like... I'm invisible, but he can hear me?
Yeah, probably? Maybe? The power says invisible.
Not insensible? Like,
Yeah.
I did punch him in the face, clearly. Well, I tried.
But it's it's nebulous, right? Because, like, again, it's not true invisibility. Like, the Force is not causing light to, like, curve around you or something. The Force is just tricking Dallin's brain into not processing the fact that you exist.
Yeah, you just put a thumb over that part of the lens.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
So I think exactly what invisible means is maybe a GM interpretation.
I would like
Thing.
him to be able to hear me, but I am okay if he cannot.
Okay. I'm willing to go with that, sure.
Okay, so if you're okay with it, I'd like when I landed and I kind of did the pump because I skidded off of him because poor judgment and rolling, of course. So everybody else can see Hillary doing the very slow kind of one arm, one hand, and he stands up. He's breathing heavy, and there's a little light to indicate that his comm, his projector is on his collar, and he says, "Why are you doing this? Why must you hurt people? Why does anybody do this?" And he's just like, kind of hitting his fists against his legs, just so angry that he can't focus. And he just says, "Why?" one more time and reaches out with the Force. I'm assuming you can hear me.
Yeah, we just don't want to interrupt. This is awesome.
Okay, good.
Oh, perfect.
It's getting even better.
Woo!
Good.
And he rolls 2 dark side. And what range am I at?
You'd be at short range.
Theoretically maneuver to be in engaged range, right?
I mean, you could sort of run over and smack him.
Okay. Actually, yeah, no, I like that. So he says, "Why?" And then he just says, "Why? Why? Why?" And he's running at him. And so Dallin just hears it getting louder and louder. It was already loud to begin with. And it's echoing and rainy and awful because he's got the comm on. And eventually that last "why" is like right in his face. Only it's, about 3 feet lower. And he's just... so upset. And when he reaches out with the Force, I'm gonna spend a point to harm him.
Okay.
Base is gonna be 2, plus 2, because I have medicine. So that's 4. And then I'll use my second pip to increase wound inflicted by number of strength upgrades, which is 1. So 5.
Okay.
As the Ys get closer, he's just kind of really thrown off because he doesn't see Hillary. And that last Y is almost like he's punched in the gut as he's, hit by a wave of something that just kind of drains him mechanically for 5 damage. And so Does that mean I take 3 conflict?
You've used 2 pips and
I've
the
used
harm
harm.
power, so yes.
Yep, 3 conflict.
Ouch.
This is how it can add up fast.
Ouch! Right in the morality.
What's that put you at total?
Several?
I'm looking at like 8.
That sounds right.
Man, we're going to have some people falling because I'm at 8 already.
6.
Wow,
Plus
I am
3, plus I think 1 from the previous.
I did not expect to be third in this pack.
This ebb and flow thing is pretty rad.
So that is Hillary's turn. On to one of the other 3. Wahaha.
Brandon, do you have any particular thoughts?
Hey, Ben.
Yo.
Has Koba seen at any point any actual explosives in Zell's traps or workshop area? Not stun charges, but like actual explosives. Or is he a totally non-lethal guy?
He's got a few of the stairwell landings trapped. I'm going to go with no, that Koba hasn't seen any of them. Any of the detonate traps. He doesn't use them that much. It's almost exclusively stun. Either the rings or like the stun charge or the gas.
Okay. Then no, I have no particular thoughts. So Skip and Kesh are certainly welcome to go before me if they so choose.
So, Ren, if you want to go prior to me, if you think that Skip might get out of engaged, that could be a good thing.
See, that's the thing. Skip wouldn't.
You'd stay in melee?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
Skip's a little dazed, but is prepared to, I don't know, fight back, I guess, in some way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And notably not afraid.
Yeah.
I mean, Skip is the only person, well, other than Hillary now, but prior to Hillary's action just now, Skip's the only person who's substantively injured Dallin.
Yeah.
Skip is not.
Okay. Then I think I know what Kesh would do. I don't know how it's going to work, but because she does not want Dallin engaged with any of her friends and is not going to risk another unleash if it might hit Skip. So Ben, Kesh is going to reach out with the force, and I want to see if I can grab a hold of Dallin and start dragging him back towards me. And if I get lucky enough, possibly towards the window.
Okay.
I'm assuming, given Dallin's a nemesis, this will be opposed.
Yes, this shall be opposed. What does that get opposed by?
Well, it's my discipline. I know that much. And in this case, I know a lot of times if it's versus other force users, it's their discipline. If I were GMing this, would fully feel comfortable making it athletics or resilience or something physical.
I'm okay
to
with
justify.
it being discipline.
Okay.
He does have one ability for this, which is practiced resistance. I haven't used it before because we've just been doing combat checks. This one is not. Upgrade the difficulty of force power skill checks targeting Oberos once. So in that case, the difficulty for trying to do that, since he is opposing, using his discipline, will be 3 red.
All right. This is a terrible plan on my part. It's what I got. I will drop my commit to Brawn. That's gone. All right. So I've got 3 yellow, a green, 3 red, 2 setback dice, 3 force dice, and an automatic dark side. But I'm not going to flip because I might want to spend some dark side points. Well, that was the thing. That was the thing.
That was the thing.
I don't know. I guess I broke my brain or something. By the way, it was 12 dice this time for your benefit. Leslie, I got a failure. Actually, wait. When do I have to decide to use Natural Mystic or not?
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of going with now.
Okay. Then, unless you have a really entertaining idea for the despair, Ben, I'm going to reroll this.
I mean, the entertaining idea I've got is him engaging his jetpack and punching you. So I'm okay with you re-rolling.
Let's be honest, Christine. Considering how Natural Mystic went last time, it could still happen.
It could still happen. So I ended up with an advantage, a light side pip, and 3 dark side pips. So I still don't succeed. So I'm going to pass a boost on to the next person to go. Off of the advantage is at least she got his attention for a moment as she grabs a hold of like the back of him and is trying to pull and making no progress. And when the action fails, then with my maneuver, I'm going to close to engaged with him as well. So 3 of us are bunched up with him.
Okay, and the wall's the 4th engaged, so...
Oh, you see me now, huh?
Sorry, well, yeah.
I'm kind of going with the wall's the 4th engaged, just from direction.
That's
You've
fair.
got Skip in front, Ghillary to the side. I guess we could flip to more of a hex-type map if we... But just mentally, I always go squares.
You're going to have to figure out how to think about more people engaged, because...
If you want to get in there and do something to them, go right ahead.
I will say, I was contemplating doing some ebb on him, but not now, because I do not have the part of the ebb and flow power that lets me exclude people from ebb's effects. Ebb is everybody engaged with me takes strain.
No,
That's
thank
fine.
you.
So I could just like dive into it and just put all of us to sleep. We would just all go to sleep.
I think at this point, pretty much.
All right, Koba, what do you got?
Well, since I don't have any explosives.
And we're engaged with him.
Well, so I had here's what I was thinking about. If I had a bomb of some kind, what I would probably do now, if I had a bomb or if I knew where to get one nearby, would be to be like, okay, we'll give you the holocron. Because I do have the part of misdirect that lets me change what an item appears to be.
Oh, that's right.
So I would take the explosive, make it look like the holocron with the force, which would only last for a short time, but so I'd have to be like very careful about how long he can see it. Hand it to him, and then hope it explodes before he notices.
Yeah, that would have been really nice.
But I'll just save that plan for later.
For Carl.
Maybe we've got time for me to hand somebody a bomb.
Yeah.
I'll just have to look for a bomb. If anybody sees any bombs,
Yep, we'll keep our eyes out, buddy.
let me know.
Yep.
Failing that, I think I'm just going to go in with my lightsaber and do the lightsaber thing.
Gonna do the needful.
Okay, honestly, I think actually instead my action is going to be that I am going to commit my other force die to the attack version of Sense.
Okay.
So both of my dice are committed, and that's going to be that, I think, for now. I won't move to engaged range just yet.
Okay, that's pretty fair.
Yep.
And then we've got Skip.
Then we've got Skip. So I can't make an attack, I can only do a maneuver, correct?
Yep.
So...
You can still aim and stuff to like set up an attack. Those are maneuvers.
Alright, Skip just got punched, because I know what I want to do next. Skip is going to... And this may end up taking a roll, which would be totally fair. But Skip is going to, perhaps a bit over-dramatically, grip the sniper rifle and sort of like crumple to the floor a little bit. Just like, and maybe call out just like in a little bit too much over dramatic pain. That's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna start playing possum.
I assume Gudge looks down at Skip and then over at Dalit and then down at Skip and then like does like a backflip in the air and goes, "War!"
Yeah. What? Quack.
One of the few times that's going to get left in.
So, yeah. I don't know if that requires, like, any sort of deception or whatever.
Not really.
But, okay.
All right, so that brings us, well, kind of to the end of the round. I'm just sort of thinking he knows where everyone is, or at least Skip and Kesh are. And
Ghillary would now be visible for what it's worth.
would be, but
Don't look down.
if I remember right, Ghillary didn't try and jump up this time.
Yet. Give me a second.
Yeah, Ghillary was on the floor, so not in his eye line. Definitely got injured, and like that leg is very much in pain, but it wasn't a specific, oh, there is Ghillary. There's likely a Ghillary, but it's more of a theoretical Ghillary.
Schrodinger's Hillary?
Kind of.
Mhm.
What I am thinking of happening is he knows that reinforcements are on the way. Carl has said as much. What I am thinking that is going to happen for this round is this and the start of the next. I'm going to add an NPC at the 2 PC mark,
Okay.
just so a thing can happen. That isn't Dallin. Dallin is going to start off by striking forward at Skip and then try and use his momentum through since he's going end and start of round, try and roll over and clothesline who's ever behind him.
Is this his rival thing, or is this the him thing?
The him punching Skip would be the nemesis thing.
Okay, so essentially it's 2 different attacks you're doing.
Yeah,
here.
that's
Gotcha.
Okay, that makes sense.
So,
Yeah,
so
I-
he's kicking Skip, basically.
he's punching Skip with one hand and then flattening to the wall and trying to hit
Kesh.
with the other hand.
Did Skip actually go prone?
No.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
I just kind of like scooched down a little bit, but put my
Skip wilted.
my sniper rifle in a very advantageous position to hit him with the butt of the rifle next time I can make an attack.
Ben, I would like to sense advantage for the attack on Skip to give Dallin 2 setback dice, please.
All right. There was at least a setback that he should have used at some other point, so I'll toss it in on here. And for that, he has 1 advantage. He's got 1 advantage. I think I'm going to use it on strain,
Okay.
because he is getting to a point where I am not entirely concerned, but it feels like a good point to use a little bit of advantage.
Strain him.
So that was his attack on Skip, and then he's going to attempt to hit Kesh and try and at least see where everyone is so that he can try and get out of the way or not.
Okay. I've got 2 melee defense still.
Okay.
Nothing else going on.
2 melee defense. Ooch.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
So that does a total of 11 damage.
11?
aw.
Okay. Important question. When you've taken an amount of wounds equal to your wound threshold, are you down or do you have to exceed it?
You have to exceed it.
Okay, Cash is still up. He hits her pretty hard because my soak went back down since I uncommitted that force die from Braun.
Hmm.
And she is at 15 out of 15 wounds.
How does Kesh react to the haymaker or whatever he did?
So what it was like the clothesline thing you were talking about,
Yeah,
right?
that was what I was envisioning. Essentially, half clothesline, half trying to bounce Kesh's head off of the wall.
I think he succeeded. I think
Yeah.
she hit his arm and he just swung her around into the wall like a loud thud. She's already hit her head once today.
Yeah.
The bullet ricocheted off her head or near her head once earlier, and I think she's seeing stars. There's probably blood from where she hit too, given the amount of damage she has sustained at this
Yeah,
point.
and I'm figuring that's a hard enough hit that there's also damage to the wall too.
Yeah.
So
Hail
I'm
Hydra.
no longer shaken, right?
correct.
But you're not down. You're just like leaning heavily against the wall, very obviously in pain.
Very obviously in pain, very much in a good position to launch myself up
Okay,
with the
so
butt of my rifle shortly.
you're hurt, quote unquote. You're
Well, I am hurt.
actually
To be
like
clear.
yeah, no. So everybody Has Koba taken any damage?
Koba has not taken any damage, and Koba doesn't even have that much strain right now.
All right, no damage, bros. Go us. We'll see how long that lasts as Ghillary roars in rage and scrambles up his back and tries to do a chokehold. His tiny little arms. Actually, no. I think he's just going to grab the helmet and pull the helmet so that since the chin strap's there, he's just going to be, yanking Dalin's head back, and he's just screaming wordlessly. For a second, he gets just to that little, terrifying rage as he climbs up, and then he's like, "Stop hurting people! Life is hard enough without people like you killing and maiming and destroying what we have tried so hard to protect." And yes, I'm gonna hurt him again.
Okay.
I'm gonna harm him again.
I was figuring.
Yeah. So that's 5, 6 this time.
6. On account of you rolled 2 light side points?
Mm-hmm.
Are you using that dark side point?
Let the hate flow through you.
I mean, you're already at 8 conflict. What's 10?
Yeah, at this point, it's all the same.
7.
7 damage. So you are using it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm making poor life choices. I might as well keep making them in a row.
All right. So 1 more until invent.
So now I am essentially standing on his shoulders trying to rip his helmet off. But, it's good armor, so it's probably not actually doing much unless you want me to roll something.
No, that was enough. You rolled 4 sea dice. So next to go.
Welcome to the episode in which Ghillary has feelings. Very loudly.
I would like to go. Was that... What? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, they both did the same thing.
I just won't hit it then when I'm done.
Yeah, sure.
This is not super within Skip's combat purview, but they're going to do it anyway. Skip is going to kick off this door frame with their left foot and aim the butt of their sniper rifle upwards at his chin and just attempt to basically pistol whip this guy as best as Skip can.
In that case,
That's melee, right? I'm assuming.
that would be a melee attack, yes. I would toss in a setback for you using an improvised weapon.
I think setbacks are some number of auto threat.
Can there be a
Or
boost
not
since
improvised weapons, rather.
I'm
Yeah.
holding him?
Yeah, I can go with a boost for that.
Nice.
Because I think improvised weapons, they don't necessarily increase your odds of failure, which is why they're not setbacks.
Right.
I don't think.
So, yeah, no, it should be 1 threat.
Okay. So
In this case, part of that is that it means that, it increases the odds that maybe enough threat is generated that you break the thing you're using.
Yeah.
Mhm. What is the difficulty on attacking him still? I forget.
For melee, it is 2 red and a setback.
Oof. Alright. This might be a terrible idea, but I like the visual of it. Yeah! Yeah! Alright, I rolled 3 greens, a boost, 2 reds, and a black, plus a threat. And I got myself 2 nice little successes and an advantage. I have no idea how much base damage the butt of a sniper rifle is, because that's not on my sheet.
Dang it, I just hit the improvise.
Like 1 plus strength
go
or
with-
something?
I was figuring 2.
2 plus strength.
it's
2 plus brawn?
Brawn, sorry,
Or
yes.
just 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 plus brawn
Alright.
plus successes.
Alright, 2 plus brawn, so that's 7. That's 7 damage right there. Which is exactly as much as I did when I shot him.
You are able to actually land enough to do damage to him. And so it does get past his armor.
Yeah, every little bit helps, because this guy just has so much
Everything.
soak in the fact that it's cortosis, so that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Pierce is just...
Piercing and stuff.
Everything.
Yeah.
So Skip launches up, clocks him in the chin with the butt of the sniper rifle, and then says, "Exactly what Ghillary just said."
Ditto.
Okay, so we're at the interrupt part that I was wanting to do. It's at this point where the sound of the repulsors has increased. To start off with, you don't really hear a sound initially, but then you hear the whoop, 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 whoop of something going end over end, and you can also hear the hum. It kind of sounds like the blade that's coming out of Kesh's pike is increasing in sound, and also going end over end.
What the criff is that?
It's like some kind of fan or something.
It looks like a propeller that is being flung down the hallway, and it then lands end first into Zell's chest, which is relatively close to Koba at this point. You see sticking out of him is a Inquisitor's lightsaber, one with that little handle in the middle, the disc that goes around, and two blades sticking out. So one blade is through Zell's chest, and the other one is sticking out. And it stays there for a brief moment, and then it goes flying backwards the way that it came. And anyone who is looking can see standing on the open door of one of those Imperial troop transports,
Is it the Lat Ellie?
Yeah, they look more TIE fighter-y than the Clone Wars ones. And there's standing Carl with his impeccable Imperial suit, the small sort of waist-length cape billowing as much as that thing could billow. It's really short. He's got his hand held out and catches the lightsaber in his hand, crosswise. And as soon as it does, the disc part closes up, and one of the blades, the one sticking out the bottom of the hilt, in comparison to how he's holding it, disappears, gets turned off. He's now standing there with a lightsaber, looking like he's about ready to jump into the combat.
I think it's maybe time that we go.
Yeah, we're in over our heads.
So, do you want to go next, Koba, or should I?
How's Dallin looking?
I mean, he's still standing, but it does look like he's starting to get late round rocky. Sort of mushy on his feet, not entirely standing full confidently.
Okay. Relative to the rest of us, is Carl towards the stairs that Zell was trying to leave via, or is he away from them since he threw his saber?
Since you've had enough time to look at this floor plan, there's two equal escape stairs on either end. You could run towards Carl, or you could run away from Carl. And at the end, on the outside of the building, is where the stairwells are.
Okay.
Was that enough info?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what to do. I've got a couple options.
Here's what Cash is going to do. Cash, starting to recognize this situation, is going to shut off the lightsaber part of the pike, holding it just like a staff once again.
Hey, Kish is able to figure out how to turn it on.
Well, whether a conscious effort or not, I'm doing it for
She
kind
whacks
of
it
a
against
moment
the wall.
here.
And
She's taking a couple of deep breaths, sort of calming herself. She can feel she's teetering. She can see a lot of potential disaster going to happen here. So my first question is, given there's a very violent, angry Ghillary on Dallin's head, what kind of maneuver action, whatever, would it take to scoop Ghillary up?
If it's opposed, I would figure it'd at least be a maneuver to get Ghillary off.
Okay. Is it opposed, Leslie?
I don't know what you would say to get him to stop trying to strangle this person.
Would you resist if Kesh...
So
I
Tried
don't
to grab
think
you, though.
he would resist being picked up, but he would resist being forced to let go. Is the only thing.
here's how Kesh would play it out. She would sort of in this moment of calm for her. Yes, Dallin's still moving around. Hillary's still there. Kesh would like reach out, put a hand on Hillary's back and say, "We can't win like this. We have to go." And then she would try to pull him. Whether you would resist or not is up to you.
I think that he would falter because in a sea of madness, this is a drop of calm.
Mhm.
So, I mean, and if you do that, and you'll see him kind of relax slightly, and no, he won't resist.
Okay. So she'll take Hillary in one hand and with her kind of staff hand is going to attempt, because we're all engaged right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is going to attempt to protect her friends. As many as she can get. The first person she would try to protect, given she has Hillary in hand, would actually be Skip. And that's a dang discipline check too, isn't it? It is.
Yep.
Don't forget your fear setback. And your disoriented setback.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This is just things she would try. 4 successes, 2 advantages, 3 light side pips, and a dark side pip. I'm not going to spend the dark side pip for so many reasons. So I have to spend 2 force pips to activate it on Skip. I'm going to activate Magnitude with the other pip to activate it on Koba. So both of you are protected from any kind of attack. The first one that hits you during the next turn, you'll subtract it by 8. Essentially, your soaks have gone up by 8.
Ooh.
And then with my maneuver, Ben, I would like to enhance, and I'm not so much leaping as doing the fast force run thing towards the stairs away from where Carl's coming in.
All right. Absolutely.
Yep, pretty much with Naruto run with Hillary in hand. And the dice are liking this whole arrangement as I rolled 3 light side pips again, and I needed 1 to activate enhance and 1 to increase the range band, so she'll move up to medium range towards the stairs.
Can't you redo the range band thing?
Can you?
Like spend 2 pips on range band?
I guess you can. I don't see anything that says I can't, so I guess I'm going to keep on going.
All right. So, yeah, you are now pretty much at the stairwell.
I forgot one more thing for protect. Both of you also gain 2 points of defense for each of the advantages.
Cool.
That's super cool. You
Yep.
you made that protect work.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to work that well.
Mhm.
And that'll end my lengthy turn. Apologies about that.
Nah, I support it. You done good.
Well, Christine's turn gave me time to decide what I am going to do. Since Skip is still engaged with Dallin, Koba's visibly not happy about this because he did fail a fear check. And after a brief moment of apparent panic, he's going to go ahead and still throw himself at Dallin like he had been planning to do, just to make sure we don't get pursued as much as possible.
Okay.
Growling to Skip, "Get out of here. We gotta go." Yeah, Koba's just gonna go in with his lightsaber against Dallin.
Okay.
I wish it was going to do lethal damage because I don't know if his strain or his wounds are closer to them. But anyway, we'll deal with it.
Wounds by far, but sure.
Yeah. So he has the die committed to sense for attack, so it upgrades his ability twice.
Okay.
From that, melee is 2 purples. I get 2 upgrades there. How much defense does he have?
He has 1 melee and adversary 2.
Right. So 1 setback for the defense, 1 setback for the fear, and then my force die from the ebb flow commit.
Well,
It was nice knowing everybody.
I mean, you do have the protect part.
Farewell. I can turn this into a hit, actually. So I got a dark side pip, which is a success or an advantage. I'll use it for a success. So I will end up with 1 success 2 advantage, and a despair. So damage-wise, that is 7 stun damage.
All right, that is enough to get in.
It's a strain and a conflict for me because of that dark side pip.
Mm-hmm.
And with the advantage, I would like to give Skip a free maneuver.
All right. So if Skip was wanting to retreat or move off for a range band.
Or do something else.
Or, yeah, like there's that.
Basically, Koba's just, trying to make sure that Skip can... Since Skip is hurt...
Yeah, good point.
And Koba currently isn't hurt.
Is that, like, something that happens immediately, or is that, like, next time?
It's an immediate free maneuver.
Oh, okay. I heard some silence, and I was like, wait a minute, does that mean... Oh, okay. Then yes. Skip will do as asked.
So you just maneuver towards the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ben, I think that just leaves that despair.
So there's a despair there. If I'm not mistaken, that also goes to Dallon's the next one to move.
Correct.
So what I'm going to do with that is... Well, no, technically that would be part of Quick Draw. His actual action is I'm going to use his... He has a thermal detonator that I'm then going to drop and set off.
Okay.
Okay. It's still a... so is that still a roll, or is he just activating, like, the blast on
I'm
it, essentially?
figuring he's just going to activate the blast.
Okay.
Which I am interpreting as just taking the blast damage. I'll use a Destiny point for this, because... so yeah, that would be 15 damage.
So remember, your soaks are increased by 8 right now.
That's what I'm checking.
On top of whatever you had before.
Does it...
It reduces damage equal to my willpower plus 1 per success.
Okay, so it is not soak.
It's not technically soak. That's how I think about it to be easy. It technically reduces the damage from the attack by 8.
Yeah, well that's the important part, because thermal detonators have breach.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if it was soak, it would not matter.
Well, technically it would raise your soak up enough that it would actually start taking off the damage again, but yeah.
Okay, very important distinction. Yes, it reduces the damage by 8.
So that means that Koba's 3 soak, irrelevant, but that, more relevant. So that'll knock it from 15 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Which fortunately is an amount that he can take because he hasn't taken any other damage right now. Koba's still only got 11 wound threshold total, so like he's not feeling good, but he is still up.
Yeah, and of course the protect ends on you at that point, but continues on Skip for the moment.
And Skip doesn't take the damage because Skip was at short range, not engaged.
Sure.
Just to point that out. Essentially how it played out was he activates the detonator, drops it, and engages his jetpack to fly out the window, probably bouncing off of a wall to do it, as he sets down on the lat next to Carl.
Koba will probably try to spring out of the way of the detonator, but obviously is not fast enough, because mechanically speaking, there's no way for him to be fast enough under these circumstances. But fortunately, because of the bubble of protective force Kesh left behind, Koba's only somewhat badly burned, as he's carried a bit by the blast and a bit by his own attempt at dodging it too late towards the stairs where the rest of the group is going. Probably waves off assistance if anybody is like, oh no, Koba got blown up, because he can still walk right now, so we're going to keep hustling.
I'm figuring at that point you would be able to all get up into the stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm heading for the roof.
Yeah.
So, getting up to the roof, you don't meet up with any stormtroopers in the stairwells. Once you get up there, you do see a couple speeders. One is a landed lat, and it does look like there are stormtroopers on the other side of the roof. They seem to have taken a position on the other side. They don't seem to have noticed this exit. And because this exit, when you're on the outside of it looking at it, it looks like there's a bunch of boxes in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
But they apparently are attached to the door. what can I say? Zell liked his stuff.
Yeah.
Zell thought ahead.
So there are a couple speeders there.
Looks like we see how many we can take out.
Or we
Wasn't
just
planning on dying up here, but
take that one. And he points at one of the speeders. I think we should...
I thought it was Imperial speeders, not like parked speeders.
I was meaning like personal speeders. You've got like a sedan, a station wagon type thing. And it looks like some Spavis rental.
Okay, yeah. My mistake then. Koba would not be like, oh, I guess we're going to go down a hail of blaster fire.
Okay.
Okay, let's get to the speeder, and I think I might have a way to limit pursuit.
I'll drive. Dogs are good at driving.
So you keep telling us. And as we go to like get into the speeder, you said there's another one of the their landing craft are up here, right?
Yeah, one of those is up here, yes.
I want to see if I can give it a nudge and move to throw it over the edge.
All right, sure.
As we're like getting ready to leave.
I would say that would be at medium range.
Okay.
I'm figuring the speeder that you're getting into, I'm figuring it's going to be like the station wagon or something that you're getting into. That doesn't look to be a sports car, essentially.
Okay. I got a chance at this. It's a little limited, but... Okay. 3 light side pips and a dark side pip.
Can
one
I...
to activate.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Can I try and help you with the force powers?
Sure.
Because I've got the thing that lets me give you my force rating.
So what would I add to this then?
Oh, I am 1 strain shy of being able to do it. I have 3.
Okay,
I
it's
need
okay.
more.
Shucks.
I think I actually have it anyway.
Okay.
Because it's 1 pip to activate, 1 to increase the range band to medium, and I bought strength 2, so I am going to increase... Ooh, actually, guess what? Starts off at silhouette 0, but I can get a silhouette 2 craft. Is this that, or is it a 3? Because I could spend the dark side pip.
I think a lat is a 3.
I'm relatively
I think
certain
it
that
probably
that's
is
a
2.
3. It feels like it should be a 3.
So I can either take the dark side pip, or
It
you
is a
can
3.
help out Ghillary and then pass out.
Would I be allowed to do that?
I would say yeah. I mean, it's a dramatic point.
Okay.
It feels like, yeah.
I look like crap anyway. Does Kesh make any indication of what she's going to do?
Oh yeah, she literally said, I think I have a way to limit our pursuit. And as we go to get in the car, like 1 door open, 1 foot already in is when she's going to reach out to try to shove it.
Okay, I will kind of brace myself on part of your armor and reach out with my other arm. Because like when we were moving the thing, we kind of had a moment together, and I'll place my hand on your side, and we'll kind of push together, and you have 2 more dice to roll.
Got me on my last light side pip, so I'll increase the silhouette of what I can lift to 4 and give it a shove off the edge.
And as you do that, Ghillary just goes limp.
The 4 of you pile into this vehicle. All 4 of you seem to be in the back. You're not entirely certain how, because at least Koba specifically got into the driver's side. But no, all 4 of you are in the back. And it picks up and starts going as fast as the thing can. In fact, you're kind of certain it's going a little faster than it should. It dives over the side of the building and starting to go into the skyways as fast as this vehicle can. It's at that point where you recognize 2 things. 1, there is a small Jawa. They're silhouette zeros, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sitting behind the wheel of the hover vehicle, and you can see 2 little blocks on their feet as they're hitting the pedals. And sitting in the front passenger side is Walther, as he turns around to you and says, "Hello, friends."
What?
Well, you have some timing.
And I'm unconscious, so end scene.
Wake up, wake up.
thank you for listening to this episode of Heroes of the Hydian Way. You can find show updates on Twitter at The Hydian Way, and you can find me, Ben, on Twitter at Deuteriumice.
I'm on Twitter at Blue of the Kin.
I am at LesLitGS.
And I'm at 12th Night. That's 12th and Night with a K.
And you can find me at Ren Apollo. Ren like the bird.
We are all at thehydianway.com, where you can find previous episodes.
You can find more episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts. And you can help us out by rating, reviewing, and subscribing.
You can learn to read the right line by identifying the color that is coded to you. We're also on Facebook as The Hydian Way, and you can holocom us at heroes@thehydianway.com.
If you like what we do and you want to support the show, you can find us at patreon.com/thehydianway.
Or you can send the team some CAF at ko-fi.com/thehydianway.
Please, Hillary needs it.
Ghillary needs a stim pack or something, maybe not.
I need a stim pack.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I'm not hurt. I'm just very tired. All right. Stop.
I'm sorry, that hit me really hard. And my laughing sounded more gross than normal because I'm kind of congested.
Oh no, I killed Brandon.
Yeah, I'm
so
dead
sad
now. I'm dead now, and it's Leslie's fault.
No.
Just sort of waiting for a response.
He's just like, do they do this normally? And Carl's like, yeah, all the time. We've been watching them for a while. They just constantly do this stuff.
This is half of what they do, really.
This is just stop in the middle of a fight, have a weird conversation, and keep moving.
By all appearances, they really don't like each other very much. We've kind of been hoping that sooner or later Koba and Kesh will just kill each other.
I mean, we had a good go at it on the ship the one time.
Whatever, I can take it.
Okay.
What the heck?
That?
Oh, I asked my Alexa to turn on the lights, but I muted my mic for the command, but then unmuted it before she had responded.
Okay. That makes sense. Kind of.
Yeah, it wasn't what I should have done, but it is what I did.
Okay.
Fair.
It could still happen.
Yeah, you get 3 despairs. That's when he turns around and force pushes you out the window.
With the force powers we didn't even see were there.
But 3 despairs means he becomes force sensitive.
See, this is why I didn't want to roll, because now I'd rather get punched in the face.
Like, I guess we could flip to more of a hex type map but just mentally I always go squares.
You're going to have to figure out how to think about more people engaged, because...
Koba, you're arboreal. You can be up top.
Yeah, I can be above. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, that is such a mean thing for me to do.
I mean, then you should do it, totally.
I would like to hear the overdramatic.
Yeah.
Oh, good golly. In his sweet voice. I don't even know what sort of noise that would be.
A ridiculous one, I assume.
I mean, that's fair.
Ow! He punched me. No, that doesn't work.
I don't know. Kind of works.
I like the ow.
Yeah.
I assume Gudge looks down at Skip and then over at Dalit and then down at Skip and then does a backflip in the air and goes, "Whoa!"
Yeah. What? Quack. I want him to try and clothesline Hillary.
I think it's Kesh behind.
Good luck.
Sorry.
Yep. So that's my intention with it.
This is like that scene in Captain America 2 in the elevator, but he's Captain America.
Well, crap.
Pretty much.
I mean,
at the end, he goes over and steps on his carbine and it flies up into his hand.
Yeah.